Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's Kevin Toll Reads. I am back with another tagged video. I was tagged by Jess at Jess Book Girl TV, who was tagged from Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, and I'm sure there was many other tags as well, but this is the Don't You Forget About Me tag. And so there is 4 distinct kind of prompts, questions, and we're going to dive right into this. So the first one is kind of clean slates. It's books you've read but you don't remember. And so, first book, John Grisham, The Racketeer. I don't remember anything about this book. I know I liked it because it's obviously in my library, so yeah, I need to reread it again, which seems to be an ongoing premise with most of the videos nowadays. The TBR just keeps growing and growing, which is a common problem. But the other book is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I read this many years ago. I made it to, I think, the 3rd book, and I got part of the way through it, and I just stopped for whatever reason. And I don't remember anything about this book. I've never watched the show, so I need to reread that as well. The second prompt or question is Genie Lamp. And so these are books you wish you could forget. Yeah. First and foremost, Lawrence Block, the girl with the deep blue eyes. If you haven't seen my book review for this one, you should check it out. This one is, like most hard case crime, it's very succinct and concise and tight, and it deals with, PIs and mystery and definitely some love and that kind of thing. This one is heavy on the love, if you know what I mean, and a little overly done in my opinion, but it wasn't my fave. I wish I could forget it. And another book I wish I could forget, Elevation by Stephen King. The story is just, about a guy who basically is getting weightless and is going to drift off into nothing, and that's really the premise. I mean, everything else character driven is so boring. It's a novella length, which is the only good thing about that book. I wish I could forget it. Forgotten Gems is the next prompt. Those are books that you think need more love in the community. First and foremost, The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu. I do not think people know enough about Ken Liu and his writing. It's a fantastic collection of short stories. I think more people should read it. I think they're fantastic. I think he does such a good job. They're all really good. Some of them you just wish they would keep going because they're so good and you get so invested in them so quickly with limited page count. So you should try that out. The other one is Stephen King's The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. This is a short story collection with a few novellas, and they're all great. In particular, there's one story in there I think is a hidden gem, and that is Blockade Billy by Stephen King. It is actually, even though this is its own little hardback copy, it is in this collection, and I think people should read it. If you like hard case crime, mystery, twists and turns, this is your jam. This little thing you can devour in an hour, maybe less, maybe it's depending on, an afternoon setting, is so good. You're definitely, and you don't have to know anything about baseball for it to matter, really. This is a really good story. And lastly is the Forget Me Not prompt. These are books you will always remember. First I have is The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, historical fiction, 900-page book based on building a church in the 13th century. Need I say more? It is so gripping because of the characters, and the premise is so simple, but yet is so done. You dealing with kings and queens and power and influence. You have the church and its power and corruption, yet it's all about building this church and the love of master builders from back then and the characters revolving around them. It's so good. I highly recommend it. And last but certainly not least, Joe Abercrombie, The Blade Itself, the first book in the First Law trilogy. This is such a good book. Joe Abercrombie is completely underrated. I think this is so good and is completely something that I will always remember because of Logan Nine Fingers and Glockta. I knew kind of going into this, everyone said like, this is gonna be the one book you're gonna fall in love with, the antagonist, the bad guy, and I did. And it's so rewarding, especially if you take the journey to read all the stories. He has 2 trilogies and then he has some standalone stuff in the middle that all deal with the First Law world. If you read those books, which I have, they are worth your time, very much so. So definitely Joe Abercrombie's one of the ones I want to read and do book reviews and put them on the channel in the near future. I really enjoyed those. So that's my response to Jess at Jess Book Girl TV. I really appreciate her tagging me in this. I'm going to tag 2 other channels in this. Again, this is fun. If these 2 people are interested in doing it, great. If you are seeing this video and you'd like to jump in on the fun, by all means do so. There's no obligation here, but 2 channels, recent subscribers to my channel that I haven't made a lot of mention. I try to definitely keep the community engaged and give shout outs, but Professor X, if you're watching this video, I'm going to tag you in this video as well. And then Reading Ideas, another subscriber who has a channel of its own in the BookTube community. I'm going to tag both of them. I'll also tag Jess Book Girl TV and Jolene from Bookworm Adventure Girl in this video as well, along with the prompts so you guys can see this. So hope you're having a great afternoon, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.